All right, Jaylen Brown, nice little triple dub last night for the Celtics in a loss against Milwaukee. So the Bucks defeating the Celtics last night means that Milwaukee is back into the East 2 seed. The 1 seed has been clinched by Miami. I believe it's the fourth time in franchise history that they've done that. And now Boston's 3, Philly's 4. You got a potentially complicated tiebreaker scenario that could unfold between the Celtics and the Bucks. I mean, just Google it if you're that interested in it, because it's very difficult and I can't even wrap my brain around it.
We won't attempt to explain it. A lot of big words. We do have DraftKings contributor Jeff Pratt here. We're going to talk NBA building blocks, but last night, let's talk about this before we get into it. Nikola Jokic starting his own club, right? He became the first player in NBA history with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season.
Wow, dude is legendary.
Jeff, just give this man the MVP now, because when he's not on the floor, Denver's the worst team in the league, right?
Yeah, he tweeted it.
Absolutely. I mean, that you guys wrapped up his case pretty simply. I mean, he's the first one to put up those numbers in NBA history, and the Nuggets are, as you said, Jesse, the worst team in the league, or at least one of them when he's not on the floor. The same just can't be said for the Bucks without Giannis and the Sixers without Embiid. So this guy is clearly the most valuable player to his team, and he's the only reason they're in the playoffs and not way down in the lottery. So definitely give Jokic the MVP at this point.
All right, dude. As for tonight, need your favorite DFS plays. So we got a 9-game NBA slate. There's just 3 days left in the regular season here, dude. Who do you want to build around at center? How much money do you want to spend?
I don't want to spend that much money at center, actually. It's impossible to ignore what Jalen Horde has done in an expanded role for Oklahoma City. He's played 36-plus minutes in 3 of his last 4 games and has racked up 39 or more fantasy points in each of those contests, including a huge 61-point outing against the Trailblazers on Tuesday. Tonight, he gets to face off against the Lakers. I've been picking on the Lakers all season, and they've completely packed it in after being eliminated from the playoff hunt. LeBron and AD are all sitting, which really doesn't matter much because Los Angeles was abysmal defensively with them. But this game's going to be a complete dumpster fire. You still have to like what you see from Horde from a DFS standpoint, especially at 5,600, considering his usage rate has risen over 20% in back-to-back games.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, let's talk forwards. Who are you building your lineup around at this position?
If you're paying all the way up for someone tonight, it should be Kevin Durant at 11.6K. At this stage in the season, it's really hard to keep track of who's going to play key minutes, who's going to rest or see minimal playing time. But the Nets absolutely have something to play for, which means KD's likely going to see 37-plus minutes, as he has over his last 5 games. Over that stretch, he's also racked up 70-plus DK fantasy points 3 times. Coming off a 30-point triple-double heading into this one. And what we've seen is the Nets really struggle without him. I mean, they had to climb back down 20-plus points against the Knicks on Wednesday. Every time I watch Brooklyn play, I like their chances of making actual noise in the playoffs less and less. That being said, one thing's for sure, and it's that they'll go as far as Kevin Durant can carry them. I expect another huge night from him in an important matchup against the Cavs.
All right, dude, hook me up with a guard who has building block potential.
Yeah, if you want to pay up for a guard tonight, there are plenty of solid options at the top of the board. You're getting guaranteed production in Luka Doncic. Trae Young has been in excellent form recently, but I actually want to quickly go back to that putrid Thunder-Lakers matchup because there's only one reason you should be watching this game tonight, and that is a 6-foot man who has the most beautiful hook shot we've seen since Kareem. I'm not joking. I'm talking about Xavier Simpson, who made headlines multiple times throughout the G League season for regularly hitting these crazy hook shots over bigger defenders. He's gotten a chance to play in the NBA recently and has actually been pretty productive, racking up 26-plus DK fantasy points in each of his 2 games. He's also played 39-plus minutes in each of those contests, so it's not like the Thunder are just giving him a small chance. They're throwing him out there for most of the game. At 3,900, he's absolutely worth a look tonight.
Bro, and because of that hook shot, his nickname is Captain Hook. It's pretty sweet.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I have confirmation here on the internet, which never lies.
Emerson just made that up. No, I'm just kidding.
I also love
I'm
Peter
just kidding.
Pan, you know?
Yeah, so let's go from DFS to Sportsbook to wrap this thing up. So what's your favorite bet on the DK Sportsbook in the NBA tonight?
I like the Hawks to cover the 1.5 point spread against Miami tonight. The Heat just locked up the number 1 seed in the East after the Celtics lost last night and the Bucks won, and therefore don't have anything to play for over their last 2 games. When those stars are currently listed on the injury report, I'd expect guys like Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo to play very limited minutes today if they suit up at all. That opens the door for Atlanta, who absolutely have a lot to play for. They currently sit at 10th in the East and are fighting to get into that first play-in matchup so they don't have to win 2 straight games just to get into the playoffs. The Hawks are also playing pretty solid basketball as of late. They've covered this spread in 6 of their last 7 games, and they should cruise against a Heat team that just doesn't have that much to play for tonight.
Dude, how great would it be if, since the Heat are a 1 seed, Jeff, and then we see the Nets as an 8, and we see that in the first round? Like that I'd be a little nervous if I'm Miami. That's all.
I'd be very scared if I'm Miami because they struggle to score, and the Nets are very poor defensively, but we know what they bring on the offensive side of the ball. So I'd be scared as a Heat fan.